Hey world, my name is Ryan and I am the proud owner of Zoluco Web. I am a business growth architect. I build complete business growth systems using cutting edge tools like Go High Level, Poppy AI, and Search Atlas. Today, we're going to take a deep dive into the AI report builder. This is a template that I have created to help generate any type of report and be able to duplicate it and rinse and repeat and grow that. As always, I want to let you know that I do offer a completely free template. It's called the Idea Explosion Machine, and it will help you take a small idea and explode it. Poppy AI is an amazing, amazing tool. It is extremely powerful. It is the best AI tool on the market today. We're going to take a really deep dive into a tool and a template and a process that I use every single day to build out reports for the agency that I actually run. So let's take a jump on in. If you are a Poppy user, then you can gain access to the Idea Explosion machine and this template. If not, then you're going to need to sign up. It is worth every single dollar that you could possibly spend for this. It is amazing, amazing. And I'm going to explain why. So normally I don't like to have my content prepared. I like to go through and organically create it live right here on video and show you exactly what you need to do step by step. Because this is going to be the AI report builder, we're going to have some information. We're building a report off of it. So why not use real world information? Okay. So what we have here, just on this prepared board, is a bit of content. So the first is that I run a web agency, and so this is my client's dashboard and one of my clients' traffic and data. Okay, so what I need to do is group all of this together and have Poppy analyze and create that report. So the first thing that you do is you gather your information. Okay, you put it all together. So like in this case, we got keywords. This is like a Google Search Console dashboard insights, our top keywords. This is the actual dashboard that I give access to all of my clients through Go High Level. Agency owners, you probably recognize this. And then we have like our actual branded versus non-branded keyword and the corresponding traffic that goes along with it. Okay. So this would be what I would call metrics and data. Okay. Now, what we want to do is what we always do and throw that into a group. Okay. We want to keep our stuff organized. We want to put it into one singular section just to make it very easy to hook it up directly to the chat. So we're going to just drop everything in here. Now, what we also want to do is just give some context. The same way that I just verbally explain the context of what all of this is, I want to give some of my verbal context to the data and metrics group. Okay, um, let's see, data and metrics. All right, so now we're gonna come up here, we're gonna hit the start recording button or the R button on the keyboard, and we're going to record a quick little voice note speaking about these metrics and tying them all together. So I run the agency. This is for one of my clients that does epoxy garage floors, or polyaspartic garage floors is the proper word. But this client had their website online and then they took it offline. It went down and it was down for a period of months. So we went through and rebuilt the website. And what I am showing here is just our month over month growth, the keywords that we're being ranked for, the non-branded ones, what our average score is on our top 3 keywords and how that's growing. But ultimately, I want these metrics to show just incredible positive growth, just month over month, and how we are handling that, even week over week. But that is what these metrics show. So really simple, not too complex. It doesn't need to be. You could go on and on. I will also sometimes pull open other tabs and read those metrics so I can pull it all into one singular thought or report in this case. So this is just right under a minute long. And we're going to keep this group as it is. The next thing that we're going to do is build out our internal linking and reference material. So this is my website, my agency's site. Um, So we're just going to drop it in here, okay? And we're going to leave it just like that. We're going to call this external references, okay? So this is anything external that you want to look at. So it could be a number of different things, right? It could be videos, Instagram. I mean, any of this stuff on the side, any websites, documents, anything that's like external that you want to reference in your report. Okay. Now the final piece of this is the goal and the tone of the report. We want to talk about like what we're doing here and what we're really looking for, and how we want the report to feel and sound. Okay, and the best way to do that is with a recording. You could type it, but it's going to be much faster for you to narrate this directly to the AI. So I need to generate a report for this client. They are specifically on the managed plan for the foundation system, business foundation system. They are also on the Launch SEO platform. So these are the metrics that we've gained over the last 2 months, we'll say. We're right at the end of March. And we want to show a positive output with it. We want it to be very uplifting in terms of the tone for the report because we're getting a ton of great results for them just initially off of a brand new launch. So overall, we want to excite them. We want to be forward thinking and forward looking, and talking about maybe some of the realities of what we're looking at right now, and how that's going to impact the future of this website and the results that are going to come from it. But the goal is to just, again, give them like a pulse check right now on where they are and where they have been, and everything in between. So we definitely want like month over month analysis, week over week analysis, and just like as much growth as we possibly can to show over the last couple of months that is on these reports. So there you have it, okay? Just a quick goal, right? A tone. We're going to have it analyze everything in here to build into this report. So the final thing that we're going to do, okay, and you can add way more into this, right? You can put as many different voice notes as you think. As you're thinking and as you need to change anything, you just keep on adding. So we're going to call this brand voice and goal, okay? So from all of this, just a quick little recap. We have all the data and metrics. We have all of the external references for that speak to these points, right? So like somebody signed up, and now we're showing them what they're going to get based off of what they signed up for. And then we have the goal, right? And it talks and it verbalizes everything of like the point of this, as well as it hits on some of the context of the tone. Now, before we go any further, right, we can add in a ton more to this. This is very much like bare bones. This is the, I would say, like minimum that you can do, but you're going to want to start to grow this further. So, like, let's say you run an agency, and let's say you track a whole bunch of other stuff already on various different reports, right? Let's say we have call times and lead counts and lead sources and like all of the different things outside of just traffic and keywords, right? That's what I've got here. If you can build all of that into different sections, right? We can do multiple sets of data and metrics. Just give it a name, right? Be like lead information, or in this case, keywords and traffic, right? Metrics. That's it. So we already know that those are the two things that it's about. And then we can put another one and we can continue to grow this, okay? So the next step, okay, this is really where the magic happens, okay? We've built our board a little bit. Now we need to get the chat going, okay? And we need to train the actual AI. Now I'm going to do what I always do, drop a chat, make sure that you mirror it up directly with the sizing, press the number 1, so that way if it goes full screen, you can see everything very clearly. The final step is to connect all of the groups to the chat. Okay, let's give it its source information and start to build that second brain of sorts. Now what we're going to have it do is analyze my tone and goals. So first we want to train it. We want to train it on how we're talking, right? What's the tone of the report? How is this report going to sound? How is it going to feel, right? What's kind of the overall goal and the direction? Okay. Now, it looks like it's speaking back to you, right? Since we asked it to analyze it, it's talking to you. It has not generated the report. It's giving some of the highlights. Okay, so it's actually getting ahead by us telling it to analyze the tone and the goal. So normally, what I'd like to do is kind of a two-step process. I want it to analyze more tone, and then I want to give it. Generally, after this, I'll say, give me an overview of the data that will be shown on the report. So next I wanted to like look at the actual data and really only the data, right? So if we go back up here as it's just chugging away, this is looking at some of it here. Okay, upward trend. These are, let's see here. Next steps. Okay, so they're basically it's modeling itself afterwards, after like what I was saying and how I was wanting to kind of push forward. Because I called out the specific tonality that I want, it used that tone, and it um, built this little summary off of it. Okay. Now we're going to be looking at all of the actual data points that go along with it, a bar chart, right? How many contacts have been captured, or keyword performance, right? How many keywords it shows, at least on this. And then it just keeps going. Okay. It's got a ton of great information in here. All right. So now we can, honestly, we could, if we wanted to, expand and develop this further, right? Like, let's say some of this is wrong, or not. I wouldn't say wrong, but it's not looking at it the way that you want it to look at. You can add in more content, right? You can add in another voice note. You could hit the little microphone button and continue to develop it further just through a standard like chat type of a process. The easiest thing would be to record the voice note or add in some external documents and references, or maybe even internal ones. Let's say you have other reports, okay? The more information that you feed this thing, the better it's going to be. In this case, we have roughly 2 minutes of voice notes, 3 website links, and 5 screenshots. So we really don't have like a lot. And we're trying to pull all of this in really big picture here. So if we wanted more specifics, we could feed it more. But in this case, we're going to say it's phenomenal and it works. So we're going to say generate the report really, really simply. Okay. If we wanted to further go, we could. So in this case, it's going to just start chewing away and chomping away at that report. It's also going to even pull in some of the screenshots that we've got in here. Okay. This is phenomenal. It's building it all out and it's saying this is what represents all of this. Okay. It's going to continue to just absolutely nail it. So what we do in this case, okay, we can hit this copy button and we can paste it directly in here. Now, it's not going to pull the actual images when you do that. Okay, it's gonna hold the actual image links, which is perfectly fine. Okay, but we can call this right here sample report. Very, very simple. We would throw this into another group, drop it in, connect it, sample report. Now, the reason why you would do this is, let's say that you have multiple clients that you want to run the exact same report. This is what we do in our agency. So I use all of the same data sets over and over again, but with each one of my clients. So I will have a full set of data and metrics with an example report in it, to continue to build off of the exact same thing. So you can take all of this, right? And you can copy it out and duplicate and keep growing it. So I do have an example that I would like to share, of like what you can see with a fully built out AI report builder. Okay. Now, this is my own personal for one singular report that I like to generate. Okay. So, what you can see is multiple groups with all the voice notes and the data and the screenshots. Okay. Um, they're not connected. These are each individual client that I generated this report for. So, what I did was I broke it all out and then I would just connect one of them at a time. You can see here, it just says write the report. It's a little fuzzy. Write the report, write the report. Let's write the report. That's it. So I just kept on generating through once I have everything else itemized. So I had my entire website, my voice note. It looks like that's an 8-minute note. And then I had my example reports here of what I wanted to generate and a voice note with that. And then this was all of my branding. This was what I was wanting it to say, the message that I was wanting it to convey, and then you just connect up all the different data points. Okay. You can also take it and build it out even longer. So let's say you're collecting monthly reports. Let's say that you're like a coach, okay, and you have different reports that from whatever tools you're using, you can upload those PDF copies, Excel spreadsheets, documents, whatever it may be, and build a 1 month at a time mind map, and then link all of them together to build a quarterly report and say, this is where we've been. These were the ups and the downs and everything in between. Okay. So this tool has the power to take everything from a 10,000-foot view and pull it into a very narrow scope. You can use lots of different references in one singular thing. I mean, we saw it right here. It will reference the material again inside of your reports. So it all comes down to getting the right data connected and making sure that it understands what your goal is, right? In a voice note is like the most important tool that's out there. And then it will go big picture and pull everything in. So you could, right? Like I said, you could go through and disconnect this. You can make multiple groups. You can say, okay, these are my progressions and my steps, and then you just connect those up into the chat and you can continue to go. Oh, let me see, I'll just disconnect this one and only focus on this data set. This is the ultimate visual AI builder. Poppy AI has outdone themselves with this amazing tool. It is worth every single penny you could spend on it. It can help you immensely in so many different ways. This is just the beginning, right? This is just a taste of what you can do with this type of a. If you are a Poppy AI user, please like, comment, subscribe, watch the rest of these videos. You'll see lots of different ways to use Poppy, all the incredible tools out there. If you just want to get the templates that have the steps and the instructions, everything lined up so you don't have to watch through this, please go to my website. You can find the description below, or the link in the description. Also, if you are not a Poppy AI user, please sign up using my link. I would really appreciate that. If you found this useful, I will be publishing an entire series on this, and I look forward to seeing you next.